How's it going, YouTube? Tyler Polaris here, guys. Doing a video here on the back defender made by Back Defense Systems. So, for any of you who don't know, it's a suspender system that helps you if you're in law enforcement, and it's completely worn underneath your uniform. So, for this video, I'm going to show you the basics of the system, how to set it up, and then how to put it on and put everything on. And how it works for me. I do it a little bit different than the instruction video. On their website they have an instruction video, and it teaches you the basics, but honestly it's mostly common sense. It just, you have to work it to how you want. It took me about an hour and a half to set it up. It's kind of a real pain, but it's worth it. So, first things first, okay, this is the system. It comes just like this. It's you don't gotta like attach anything, it comes pre-attached. So, an easy way to tell which way is the front is it has the Back Defender logo with the Punisher symbol on the front and the American flag. That's the front. I got that from the video because I spent the first 30 minutes setting it up backwards. Okay, next, these all go into your pants. I do this different than the video. So, what I do, I just literally, I leave my belt a little loose and I just tuck them in. Because like the instructions say, you're supposed to have 1 inch to 1.5 inches minimum. So you just tuck them in all 4 corners. Also with this, you kind of have to put it at all 4 corners of your body. And I'll explain why here in a little bit. But, so you can see when I turn around, it's in all 4 corners. And you have to do that because, like, I like to wear a belt keeper in between my taser and my radio. And I used to just wear a belt keeper there, but with this, if I do that, this little thing here digs into my back, or my ribs, excuse me. So you have to have them in all 4 corners. So to fix that, just take an extra belt keeper and hook it on your belt, okay? So adjusting this, I'm not going to go through how to adjust it because it is common sense, but it's all preference. Like, I like to have the front strap right across my pecs that I don't have, and then up here in my back, I can't reach it, it's up there, that's where I felt most comfortable. It kind of works all for you. Those adjustments are done with the Velcro here. That's the strongest Velcro in the world. A big thing that I noticed that I like, and we found this out when I got it all on, I have this strap all the way out. The reason being is it starts like more in, but like this, but when you get your vest on and stuff, it'll start chafing your neck. So, next thing, so you can tell my straps in front here are a little loose, and in the back they are a little loose too. The reason being is because if you have them tight like this, you put your vest on. I like to wear this underneath my vest. You can wear it over your vest, under your vest, or with no vest. So, but I wear my vest every day like you should, and when you get the vest on, it actually pinches it down and makes it tighter. So if you have it tight already to begin with, and you put the vest on, you have no mobility. So that was trial and error right there. So that's how I have these set, and they adjust with how you adjust a strap with a fastener. It's not very hard. Just make sure when you get it all set up that you lock it through this triple lock or whatever they call it in their video, because if someone catches this, they can yank this out and your strap will come off. So, excuse me, make sure you do the extra safety thing. And it keeps the strap out of the way too. I had to cut down all these straps about 3 to 6 inches depending on the strap. So, yeah. And then side straps, I forgot, real basic. This kind of helps keep your keepers where you want them. So once you get them on your belt, I just leave this where I liked it. This helps keep the keepers where I want them, which is in between my magazine well and or my mags and in between my radio and flashlight now, because I had to change that. So now I just wear an extra belt keeper to separate. So next step, obviously you want your duty belt as empty as possible. So I leave these on, my cuffs on the back and my gloves that I never wear. I leave them on because I don't want to unhook these snaps every time, but everything else you want to take out. So, process I do this is, so I get this all adjusted how I wanted it, okay? Then I put my vest on, And also, the reason why I like the vest on the outside is because it helps to keep the keepers pushed into your pants. So you just gotta go around, and you want to make sure they're obviously out from inside your vest. Okay. Next, I put the. Sorry, I'm lost in the sauce. I put my top on next. This is pretty tricky due to the fact that you have to push it in behind the keepers, but when you start going around, it's better to focus on the 4 keeper spots first to get the shirt tucked into them, or else if you start tucking it in all the way around, it gets so tight around the keepers, you're going to pull on the keepers out of your pants, or the little hook. It hooks onto your pants with a little hook tab, so it's kind of dummy proof. So, excuse me. Makes it a little bit harder to get ready. It takes extra 5 to 10 minutes of your time, but it's worth it. And if you're like me, who's young in your career, you're going to want this, so your career lasts a while. Sorry, belt came on, or my button came undone. Redo your belt, and then go through, make sure they're all hooked. Okay. They're all sticking out. Next comes the easy part. Put the belt on. Hook your keepers up. 1. Whoopsies. This is kind of the thing that does suck with this, though I'm not going to lie. Because sometimes you got to have these just in the right spot. And this is what I was referring to earlier with how I had to adjust where I put my belt keeper for my taser. There we go. And I probably should have mentioned earlier, start with the back 2 keepers. Reason being is because you can't see. So if you get the front ones on like I just did, and then the back ones are messed up, you got to restart. So I got the 2 back ones on. Now it's time for the 2 front ones. And boom, all your keepers. So like I said, I put an extra keeper here. Most people do that so you have separation between your weapons, between your weapon and your radio, flashlight, whatever's back there. Next, put everything in. Granted, I won't be putting my radio in for this video because it's across the house. Then voila, there you go. I mean, you really, it's more, you can feel it. It's definitely stiff, and it's tough. Takes a little bit to get used to. You can feel it up here in your shoulders as well. Sorry, my thing got a little messed up on my shoulders. It takes a little bit to get used to, and it makes it a lot tighter. So one thing that I did a lot was I practiced drawing my weapon to see how much easier I could move and stuff like that. And it's a lot tighter, and it kind of feels like you got some cardboard, because it is those they're almost like cardboard platforms that the keepers sit on. You can definitely feel it, but when you sit down and stuff, it will when you sit down, your suspenders will actually come up off your shoulders, and you can feel that. I mean, it's the same thing with your vest. Your vest stuff gets pushed up too. But when you stand back up, boom, it snaps back in, it sits on your shoulders. So, and this one I kind of did put it on a little bit cockeyed. I can feel it in the shoulder. I put it on a little cockeyed. But other than that, I mean, it's comfortable and you really can't tell it's there. And you feel it in your shoulders. So you feel, many of you who worn a duty belt all the time know you feel in your hips and your butt and everything like that. Now, it's all, you feel all the weight up here, and then you're good to go. It's a lot comfier. Also, if you get moving like a foot pursuit or something, it holds your belt a lot better in place. And if you're like me, you have to literally take your asp out because it'll fall out of your carrier. So bad thing about having it there. But other than that, guys, I think it sums it up. And then that basically gets it all on. So, and then to take it off, do it the same way. So, and then good. So the one thing is with this is you want to have all your gear out of it as much as possible, and it even says that in the disclaimer. You want to have as much of your gear out of this as possible. The reason being is because when you put the gear in, that's what makes the weight pop down. Or sorry, the weight of the gear is what helps pull these suspenders down onto your shoulders. So. And there you go. So I did put it a little cockeyed. I put it out here. But other than that, and then you can see. So what I forgot to show you earlier, these are those little hooks. If you can see it, come to the camera. These little hooks are what hook into your pants, and then these go down into your pants, and they're like cardboard type material. So, but anyways, guys, I think that sums it up. So far, the back defense system, I mean, it's done great. It's been proven, I think, for almost over 10 years now, actually. And if you're like me with your agency where you can't wear an outer vest carrier, this is kind of the only option out there on the market. For mine, I did get the hidden keepers because that's what I like, and that was an extra 25 bucks. I think it costed just short of 240 bucks, but it's worth it for sure. And the company's fantastic, and they will help you out with anything you need help with. And yeah, guys, I think that sums it up. Thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, anything like that, throw them in the comment section. I'll give you an answer. And yeah, guys, have a good night.